Okay, let's move on to 7B, discuss and/or approve school bus purchase.
Last year we started getting back, back on rotation of bus replacement, and so this is the next step. What you have as a recommendation is the same as what we bought last year. They honored the same price. We're recommending, when I say we, I'm really talking about Phil, who knows this far better than I do. This year going with the same 65 passenger from Thomas. With the hope being that next year when we're talking about replacing a bus in the fleet, we're able to look at an off-lease bus. That's what we would prefer to do. That doesn't exist right now.
Does that C2 tell me that this is a Cummins diesel engine? Is it a diesel or is it a gas engine?
He's always recommended diesel.
It's diesel.
It's a diesel. I think the C2 is the body one. That's a designation on the bus.
It's definitely a diesel.
It is a diesel, okay.
C2 bodies.
How old is the oldest bus that was had on the routes last year?
You know, John, I don't. Without looking.
That's what I was going to ask, is how many years are we
We
going to buy a
have,
bus?
right, we have 14 buses in the fleet.
Okay.
And it's been a long time since I had this conversation with Phil. But I'm almost certain that if we would replace one a year and get back on that rotation, we would still have a bus that's 14 years old. And 14 used to be a magic number for school districts because the state would take them off the road when they were 14 years old for you. So they don't do that anymore as long as they pass a physical inspection. I know we were still running 95 prior to buying the bus mid-year last year because we gave that bus to Donnie and he was running 95. After that, Chuck, I don't recall what the next oldest one was. 97 and 98 were the next two in line.
I did ask Phil because in the update, I think I mentioned that it would go into a spare. The one that's being replaced wouldn't go to be a spare, it's going to be junked.
Have our buses had their physical inspection this year, or is that coming up? Do we know when it is?
We'll be notified here shortly when it will be. They do one in the fall and one in the spring, so it will be any time during the first semester. It could be September, it could be December.
They will give you a date though,
Yeah.
so that you know.
It will be on our website here about the time school starts.
Okay.
And truthfully, this is an attempt to do what we talked about with, somebody should let Morgan. That door's unlocked too.
They're cheerleading out there, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the deal.
No.
Well, Morgan was one of the students that was coming, I think, for Italy too.
Somebody told me about 6.
I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Because here they come. In any case, what I started to say is this is really an attempt to do exactly what we talked about wanting to do with capital projects, and that's to have a rotation, and we need to get back on that rotation.
Is there any thought to a bigger bus?
There is.
I don't know if they'd be more utilized, but I know that when we go to track meets, we take a bus and 2 vans. We go to, I'm just throwing out ideas here, I'm not, no facts, but I do know that track meets we're taking the bus and 2 vans. Football games, maybe instead of taking 3 buses, we can take 2. But I don't know if the bus is bigger. I'm just throwing out, can you get bigger? How much is a bigger bus?
It's quite a bit, and here's our logic, because I had the same discussion with Phil for the same reasons. We believe that there will be some off-lease buses coming next year, and you save about 15 to 20 to 25,000 on a bus, and that's why this needs to be for a route next year when we can save more money. We'll use a lease bus and get a bigger bus.
That's the problem, getting a bigger bus and it's too big for a route.
It can be too big.
It can be. But no, we recognize that there's a need, but our thought is that if it comes off lease, we can save the district more by waiting a year on that.
Thank you.
Allow you to approach the parents and ask them if their child will or will not ride, and structure your routes that way, you could save a ton of money.
Well, you buy vans.
But that's against the law to do that. You have to have a seat for every kid on the route.
I know I watch the bus go by my gravel road every day and pretty empty, but whatever.
Some of those small kids you don't see.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, any more discussion about the school bus? Anybody care to make a motion relative to purchase of a bus?
I'll make a motion to purchase the Thomas C2 65 passenger bus.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to purchase that Thomas C2 65 passenger, $73,500. Any other discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries